We're producing 13 alloys per month here at the cost of absolutely no minerals. Yes, it is just a little bit broken. Did I mention we're also producing research at the cost of no consumer goods other than living standards, and consumer goods again with absolutely no minerals. Oh my goodness me, I think things are a little bit broken. But let's dive in and look at the sacrosanct Glesbig theocracy will be the empire we're going to use today to show off these lovely new mechanics. The first thing you're probably going to notice here is that I'm going to use an often unused or underutilized origin, Common Ground. As of patch 3.6, we can actually choose the Federation type as long as it's not a hegemony after the game begins, and then go on our merry way with that Federation. We're going to be using the new Spiritualist Federation to get up to a little bit of naughtiness. Now there are some issues with the Common Ground origin. First off, your guaranteed habitable worlds are given away instead to these two new Federation members. And in some multiplayer games, you're simply not allowed to play with any AI generating origins. If you have a bit of an issue about the power of Common Ground, instead you could try using Prosperous Unification and then simply find an uninhabitable planet, set up a colony on that world, let it go as a vassal, release the vassal, who's now a great friend of yours, and set up a federation that way. As we will want to get as much unity as we possibly can, I've here gone for Fanatic Spiritualist, giving me an extra 20% monthly unity output. Throwing in something like Exalted Priesthood will give us access to the High Priest jobs and +1 unity from all of our priests. And with the new Spiritualist Federation, we're going to have a whole lot of priests. Also, you can throw in something like Masterful Crafters, it is still really powerful. Getting 1 building slot for every 3 industrial districts, as well as replacing artisans with artificers that give you +1 consumer goods and 2 trade value is phenomenally powerful. If you don't want to go for full Spiritualist, you could go for something like Parliamentary System and swap in for Fanatic Egalitarian. At the start of the game, this will actually provide more unity for you than the priest build I just showed. But over the long term, if you're getting more and more high priests and more priests, the power of this does drop somewhat. I'm also going to be keeping the pre-made Glesbig race in, simply because I think they're a little fun. Though of course, you probably want to change around the traits to make your species really good at producing unity, grow faster, all of the good things you want in Stellaris. Once you get into the game, you're just going to have to unpause and wait for a couple of days, and then you'll be given the option, nay the decision, of choosing the Holy Covenant Federation type. This Federation type is going to start off by giving us a base of +10% monthly unity. But as we level it up, specifically as we get to level 3, which should take you around 30 to 35 years, assuming you get cohesion up to 100 as quick as possible, and therefore start gaining XP for this Federation, then we're going to get access to some very spicy new benefits that are going to help us out with this build. And if you're enjoying this video, please ascend this planet by pressing that like button. Whatever you do, no matter how much it looks enticing, you must not choose improved production or any of the higher level technologies here. They're going to increase our upkeep from jobs by 10% per level, scaling with our capital. That is something we simply cannot afford to do, given that we're going to be trying to get no upkeep for our advanced jobs, producing things like alloys, research, and consumer goods. Do make sure to unlock the Harmony Tradition at some point. The finisher effect here is going to grant us +25% planetary ascension effects. Sometime after year 20, or when you unlock the Galactic Administration technology and gain access to an extra civic slot, you'll want to reform your government type to include the brand new Ascensionist Civic. This will grant +25% planetary ascension effects and -10% planetary ascension cost. We can combine that with the Heavenly Accord from level 3 of our Holy Covenant Federation for another 20% planetary ascension effect, and In Pursuit of Ascension for -20% cost. And then for every ascension perk slot we unlock after our 3rd slot, we're going to be able to upgrade our planets to a higher level of ascension. The base cost for this is 10 times your empire size, multiplied by an extra 60% for every ascension tier across all of your planets. And what it's going to do is it will reduce the empire size from the planet you're ascending by 5%, or in this case a whopping 8% due to all of the bonuses we're going to be getting, and it will increase the effectiveness of the planet's designation as well. For example, if we ascend with our Empire capital, that will give us extra stability, amenities, governing ethics attraction, resources from jobs, and automatic resettlement destination chance, as you can see here. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to support this channel, you can do so by going to Humble Bundle and purchasing something from the Humble Bundle store using the link down in the description. Until the 21st of October, there is a massive sale on Paradox games and Paradox DLC right now. You can save 75% on the base game and up to 65% on Paradox DLC by creating your own Paradox DLC bundle. The link to build your own bundle is down in the description below. The main types of designation we're going to be playing with today though are the Forge World designation type, which reduces Metallurgist upkeep, the Factory World designation type, which reduces Artisan's upkeep, and the Tech World designation, which reduces our Researcher upkeep. As you go through the game, you are going to want to ascend at least one of your planets, choose the biggest planet. I'd recommend starting with your Forge World, and push that ascension tier up as high as you can. That is going to reduce the upkeep of your Metallurgists, and therefore reduce the amount of minerals you need to spend in order to make your alloys. You see, the more efficient each of your Metallurgists are, the less pops you need to have working things like mining jobs. The final Ascension perk slot is locked behind unlocking Ascension Theory, and this technology is quite late in the game, so don't let your research suffer either. Do make sure to build a tech world and start ascending that world too. It's actually even easier to get our upkeep from researchers down because the Faith in Science tradition will reduce researcher upkeep by 20%, and Interstellar Franchising in Prosperity now reduces upkeep from all jobs by 5%. And that actually means we only need to increase our tech world to tier 7, giving us a minus 79.5% researcher upkeep. When we combine that with our other bonuses, you'll see that our researchers actually require absolutely no consumer goods to produce research. Yes, each of these pops is producing 30 research at absolutely no cost other than their own personal upkeep. But dear friends, that isn't all. We can also get an Ecumenopolis world, upgrade that to a whopping tier 9, which yes, is definitely going to be quite expensive, but that will give us minus 96.5% metallurgist upkeep, which then means we can produce alloys at absolutely no mineral cost. The beautiful thing about this is, once you get to 0 upkeep, you can have as many pops as the planet will allow at absolutely no additional strain on your economy, other than a minor food and minor consumer goods increase. With only my capital world and 4 other planets, I'm actually maintaining quite a healthy economy, with a good amount of research and plenty of alloy production, all thanks to the fact that Planetary Ascension, the new Spiritualist Federation, and the new Ascension Civic, when combined, are absolutely broken. Having pop jobs that require absolutely no upkeep or input is fantastic, but what if we wanted to make the best pops in the game that required no upkeep for themselves? Yes, pops that required no food, no amenities, no consumer goods, and no housing. If you want to find out about the most efficient pops in the universe, click the video on screen now.